can't tell if my hair looks bad. I just did it this morning, so if it looks crazy, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't even have time to wrap it or anything. But it's 8:30 a.m. and I'm at school. So in my second year I have a class called Human Values, and I guess it's like, I don't know, for kind of classes where we have to have those conversations and learning how to be a competent and well-rounded physician, like, you know, discussing about dying to your patients and stuff like that. So Human Values, it is always required attendance, and it's in person. It starts at 8:30. It's 8:31. Hopefully they're having technical difficulties. Technically, it's not my fault. The traffic situation here is really bad, but got some gum. I ate on the way here, and some lip gloss. I'm gonna make my way to class. And in this class, like, the teachers are very, like, strict with them. Make sure that your phone is up and, like, your laptops are up. None of that. So I can't even, like, film my little TikTok in this class, but it's fine. I definitely understand, like, the conversations that we're having are very important, and I'm late, so I'm gonna catch you guys after class. I, like, ran out of class. I was like, a workout, the walk to the classroom or from the parking garage, it's a workout. Oh, Taylor, something, please. 10:35. So I was in class for 2 hours, you guys. And personally, I think 2 hours is like a very, very long time. Oh, wow. Is there seriously no traffic right now?
Starting route to Planet Fitness.
Gym. I really, really, really want to lose some weight, you guys, before 2025, even if it's just if I lost like 5 pounds, because I actually did lose weight in the summer. I lost about like 5 pounds in the summer, and then I did gain it back. So I would like to lose somewhere between 10 to 20 pounds by my birthday next March, but I definitely like want to go ahead and start on this weight. I don't even want to call it like weight loss, but more so just like being a healthier version of myself. Okay guys, it's 10:47. My clock is wrong in here because of daylight savings, but it's 10:47 and I'm here at Planet Fitness, so let's hope we can get a good hour and a half workout in before we catch up on today's lectures. Okay guys, so clock in, it's 12:01 and I'm about to go to Publix because I have no more water at my house, and you would think for the amount of rent that I pay that water would come out of my fridge, but it doesn't. So I need to grab some water bottles or some gallons of water before I like get dehydrated and stuff. So I'm tired. The crazy thing is too is I woke up at 6 a.m. to straighten out my hair, and I just worked out and sweated it all out. So love being a girl. Okay guys, so clock in, it's around 1, I think it's 1:07. So I just got back from the gym. I made some lunch. It's still in the oven. I made my like at-home Chipotle burrito, but I had a really busy weekend this past weekend. I'm about to move. I'm hopefully moving out soon. So last weekend, my mom and I, we looked at apartments, and Friday was the class Halloween party. And so I had food to defrost because I thought I was gonna cook last night, and I didn't, and I left the meat out, and so just it spoiled, and it took me a lot longer to make dinner. Not dinner, but to make lunch. Sorry, I was reading an email. So it took me a little bit longer to make my lunch, but hopefully it's still good. Like now, you guys, I cannot get the smell of spoiled chicken out of. So I think I found a dermatology project to work on this semester. So I have a meeting for that tomorrow. at 5:30. I need to flag this. I need to add it to my calendar later. But I'm about to watch my, well, I was gonna say my first lecture, but this is, where's the little full screen button? This is really my only lecture for today because I only had human values today, but I think I am gonna catch up on, I had 2 micro lectures on Friday, but I took Friday off because I had 4 exams last week. So I do need to catch up on micro and pathophys. I've been hearing that's a lot of reading, so I already have some time dedicated to like get my reading done this evening, but for right now I'm gonna start with pathology today. A little update I guess on pathology. I still like path. I've still been doing, you know, good in path as well, so I think I'm really excited for, now that we are like really into the semester, I think I'm really excited for these like upcoming blocks because now it's going to be by organ, and before it was kind of just like very like generalized and just kind of like setting that foundation for everything. So this block is heart, and so this lecture is called congenital heart disease, cardiac tumors. So I don't know if you guys like are familiar with my setup, if you guys are new to my channel, but I have a monitor. It should be on my Amazon link, but I also take my notes on Notion, and so I didn't do this much for the last exam like I should have. I do think that it had a little bit of an impact on my grade because like just for me personally, not even just typing, I think it's just more so being active in the lecture. I think like that just helps me because if I'm not active and like if I'm not doing anything, then I start daydreaming, I start dozing off, I get on my phone or whatever. So I'm gonna delete this one. My burrito is probably warm now, so after I get this pulled up. So that's why I need to do better with actually like taking notes during the lecture, because I just think that helps me like on it and not get on my phone or worry about anything else. And sometimes the hardest thing is just like staying locked in that long for the lecture sometimes. And that's why I'm like, okay, if I'm like trying to, you know, take my notes and stuff, I'm paying attention, and it just works for me. I find I like still smell the stench of the spoiled chicken. Like I can't. Luckily this lecture isn't that long. It's only an hour and 12 minutes, and I watch my lectures on about 1.75 speed. Definitely optional. 1.75 speed, that worked best for me. I simply just don't have the capacity to watch the full lectures. Like I can't. So I'm able to kind of get it down between 30-45 minutes, do my flashcards, I'm done with the lecture for the day. That's just how I prefer to study. That works best for me. Other people, they go to lectures. I'm not going to a 2-hour lecture. I'm just not. So it just depends on what works best for you. And I think like if you guys are watching this, and if you're pre-med or if you're first year, then kind of just like use that first year to see how you study and then, you know, adapt it. But I feel like you're always learning different studying techniques, and you have to be open to trying different things in order to be successful. So I didn't mean to give y'all a TED Talk because we gotta get through this lecture. So hopefully, I think it's gonna be interesting. Congenital heart disease, cardiac tumors, like that sounds interesting. So yeah, my burrito's ready. So I'm gonna watch this lecture, eat my lunch. It's a good productive Monday, I feel like, so far. So that's good.
My trust in you. What will you do? Will you just step back? Will you duck it out? Will you be here to the end? I just wanna know if you my friend. I just wanna know if you pretending. I know I've been away. I'm just trying to get my mind straight. If I let this go, you can tell nobody, I'm talking about nobody. I hope you're responsible. Oh, I gotta watch my back, 'cause I'm not just anybody. If I let this go, you can tell nobody.
Okay, so I fixed my hair. Went back to the side part too. The middle part, I don't know guys. I just don't think I like myself with the middle part sometimes. Yes, I am still in my gym attire. I know, disgusting. I've literally just been on the go since I've been home and my room is giving me anxiety. Like, it looked awful. So I made a little snack before, I don't want it to fall. I made a little snack. It's just some Greek yogurt and some granola, but this granola is super good, you guys. It's like a cinnamon roll granola. It's 14, and I think I want to study till like 8 o'clock.
My new bitch look like Tyler Perry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch fun like Jackie Brown. I wanna know but she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe.
Honestly, you guys, I feel like one of my biggest tips when it comes to studying is like just putting a timer on. I've said this plenty of times before, but I love to use the Flora app, and I used to do 25 minutes, but I'm trying out 30 for my focus time. And I promise you, you will be amazed by how much you can get done 30 minutes when you know that you have 30 minutes. So I was able to, through my Pathoma reading, I didn't read First Aid yet, but I did read Robbins. So I also like to keep track of everything that I like to do in my Notion. And that's just so I can remember what I did when it was time for exam prep and stuff. So let's see. Today I really focused on congenital heart disease and cardiac tumors. I had that lecture yesterday, but I was feeling really iffy with it. So that's why earlier today at the coffee shop, you guys saw that I watched the boot camp videos. I watched the acyanotic and cyanotic lectures. And then, let me add that, videos. And then I read Robbins and I read Pathoma. And this just helped me like keep a, I think that this method helps me keep myself accountable as well, with making sure that I've gone through enough passes of the material and I'm ensuring that I know what's going on. So that's why I like to keep track of that. And same thing with the hypertension. I didn't watch a boot camp for it, but I did read Robbins. I didn't see it in the Pathoma book, but I read Robbins for it. And you guys didn't see it, but I do have a weekly planner, and I did mark off that I read Pathoma and Robbins. So let's see, tomorrow I have a farm lecture, and for some reason I thought I had pathophys tomorrow, but I don't. And I did the acyanotic, so I can cross that out. What am I thinking of what I need to do tomorrow? Oh, I need to read my first aid tomorrow. And so like, I think of stuff like this, I like to just go ahead and add it onto my to-do list, just so once again I keep myself accountable. Like, oh no, if I didn't get through it today, then I'll add it for something to do tomorrow, because in reality I might not be able to get through everything today, and that's completely fine. There's tomorrow to read the first aid book. If I don't get through first aid by the end of the week, like, it will be okay. But just so I can remind myself that I still need to do it, I like to write it down. So first aid review. So today what's left for me is, I really thought I had pathophys tomorrow. Am I tripping? So I was like, I'll go to school tomorrow if I have pathophys. And I thought I had pathophys tomorrow. Farm. There's 3 lectures tomorrow. Atherosclerosis, cardiovascular. Yeah, okay. So I have pathophysiology at 1:30. So I was like, I'll go to pathophys tomorrow. So that's 1:30. So that's perfect. Let me add that. Pathophys lecture. So I think I'll try to read pathophys So I'm not gonna have time to do it tonight, I think, because I have to do my Path of Phys reading chapter 6 and Anki review and some path practice questions. So yeah, this is how I like to keep track of everything that I do, keep myself accountable. And so what I was also going to do, so after I read Pathoma, I use the Anki deck to study. I do my in-house decks and I do Anki, and I do Anki for like step prep because honestly there's only so much that, you know, my school can teach me in this amount of time. So in order to maximize, I feel like, my learning, and also I feel like this method does help me get some like bonus questions right on my own in-house exams. I will go to the tags. Once again, I have the Anki subscription. I have the Anki deck. Since I use Pathoma, I'll go to the Pathoma tag. I use the step 1 B12 because I think that's the latest one. That's what someone told me. But yeah, go to the Pathoma tag, and I just read the cardiac chapter, congenital. So I'll go ahead and unsuspend all of these cards. I didn't see hypertension. And I also do this because my school, like the way my curriculum is set up is our exams like at the end of the year are all cumulative. So by doing this too, keeping everything in the Anki deck, it just helps me to have a really good review when it's time for review to come up. Because I'm gonna be consistently seeing these cards. I'm doing this since the beginning of the year. I do get behind on my cards, like I'm not perfect at all. Like I'm behind like 300 cards or whatever, but I don't really worry about it as long as I feel like I'm doing something. Like there's only so much I can do, so I'm doing that. I definitely obviously prioritize trying to do the new cards first and then doing the review, even though I kind of count this collectively as my review. So when I say that I do my Anki is, I realized my first exam, oh, let me stop recording my screen. So I realized my first exam that I can get really caught up with Anki, and yes, Anki is a great tool. As I was doing, like, I did Anki for over 4 hours. Granted, I did do a lot of cards. It's just like there are so many other things that I need to do. I can't spend 5 hours just doing flashcards. Like, there's too many things to do. So the way that I like to do my Anki is to do the Anki for the in-house cards right after the lecture. So you guys saw me do that at the coffee shop. I like to have Anki reviews. So I need to start waking back up. This block just started, so I don't have that many cards to do, but I probably need to get back into the habit of designating like 30 minutes or so for doing Anki in the morning so they don't stack up. But I try to save my Anki towards the end of the day where I have the bulk of the things that I need to get done, because then I'll be too tired and feel like I don't have time to do anything else because I did Anki all day. So I prioritize Anki as like the last thing to do kind of my day, because it kind of should be like, it's really just supposed to be review. So that's how I do it. And once again, I use the Pomodoro method for the Anki. So I just read and you guys saw that I was able to cross that out. So that was like one 30-minute interval. So now for this next 30-minute interval, I'm going to do the Anki review, and I'm probably going to start off with the Anki deck and then move on to the in-house deck, because I want to do those new cards because I just like to see them and then apply them to the in-house lectures, because what you see in Anki is the most high yield stuff, but like in-house exams, like sometimes your professors will want you to know content that might be more in-depth than like what's needed to know for step, but I think that's just to help you to have a better understanding of it all, but it's harder to understand sometimes. So I feel like helps with that basic understanding to help apply it to that more, I don't know, like, what would you call it, adaptive learning? I don't know, more complex stuff. So I also figured out today how to plant different plants on the Flora app. For the longest, I was just planting boring trees, and I was planting Brazil wood for the longest time, and I've now planted acai, an apple, a royal oak. Next stop is Germany. I'm at the UK right now, so get this app to help you focus. And I used to have I'm ranting, But a lot of guys ask me for my method, so sorry if it's too much.
Will you be my leading lady? I wanna